I think I've been facing one thing recently, and I guess we've all been facing the same thing. And recently, I got a bit conscious about why is this thing happening to me. So what happens is we're all chronically online, and we watch people talk about life and how they've figured everything out in terms of their career, relationship, happiness, money, the thing that we've all been trying to figure out, or the thing that we're all chasing. And what happens is the moment we see someone talk about how they got their success in the age of 25, or this is their 5 step routine to their perfect day, or whatever how they found their happily ever after, or so many things. And the moment we hear them talk, our first instinct is whatever they're saying is right, and we don't know enough, and I should just copy it, I should just write those things down, and I should wake up at 5 a.m. and I mean, I'm not saying that what they're saying is wrong. They could be right, but the problem is the moment we start following what they're saying, we stop experiencing life in our own way. What they're saying might has worked out for them, it might work out for you, but there might be something that you might be really good at, and that could work out better than ever for you. But we stop that. We stop experiencing life in our own way because we're too busy copying their answers. Because see, we all have the same questions. We're all trying to figure out the same thing in life. But how you will get an answer is when you sit with yourself, when you listen to your thoughts, when you try things out for yourself, when you make mistakes, when you learn from your mistakes, when you listen to your gut, when you do things that you like. That is when you make your own path and understand what would work out for you. But what does it take? It takes time, it takes patience, it takes energy, it takes accountability. Because if I am making any decision that I have to do this, and if something goes wrong, who's accountable? Me. So why do we copy someone else? Is because maybe we don't want to be held accountable, or maybe that's a shortcut that, okay, if it might have worked out for it, might as well work out for me. But I think we lose our freedom when we do that. We it's so freeing that there is no timeline. You can experience life, you can make mistakes, and you can figure out what makes you happy. When you don't do that, when you're constantly listening to people's advice, when you're listening to that perfect routine, or when you're listening to what people have told you that this is how things should be done, you stop yourself from experiencing life in your own way. Maybe you will never figure out what will make you the happiest, or what are your strengths, what are you good at. For example, there is no manual as to how things should be done. We're all figuring things out, okay? And to be able to experience life in your own way, you have to give yourself the freedom to, you have to trust yourself, you have to give yourself grace, you have to give yourself time, you have to give trust yourself. Yeah, I mean, it it was very freeing for me when I started to think in a way that I can experience life in my own way, I can have my own opinions, I can trust myself, and I am on my own timeline, and I can get things done on my own way. And and that made me understand a lot of things, that gave me a lot of freedom in life. And it's very freeing that I don't have to listen to every advice people are giving, that I can talk myself out of it. And it built a very good relationship with myself. And yeah, this, you can't experience life in, I don't know, I forgot the line, but I was just saying that you can't experience life in your own way if you're always busy living someone else's version of it. Oh my god. Yeah, but it makes so much sense. Recently A while back, I went for breakfast with this friend, and and after that we went for dessert. I mean, we're all told that you should not have dessert first thing in the morning, but I just wanted to experience that there is no rule book. There is no rule book in life, and I can do whatever I want in life at whatever time I want. And it was so freeing. And I mean, it's a very small example, but to be able to experience freedom from what's right or wrong that we've been told was very freeing to me. And there's another question that came into my mind was, did anyone ever give us a manual that this is how your life has to look, or this is how this is to be done, or this is how you will get this? There is no manual ever on this planet. So why are we always looking for one manual as to this is how it should be done? Like, just figure it out for yourself, just experience all of it, and just, make your own direction, and search for yourself that what works out for you, what are you good at, what makes you happy, and what is something that you can do in lesser time. And while you're being happy, how do you want to experience life? Just figure it out for yourself and experience life.